What's good, y'all? Let me get straight to it, man. Straight to it. Now, y'all know I don't agree with a lot of shit this dude say, a lot of shit this dude do. But when he right, and I gotta agree. But what stands out about this shit is I just was having this conversation with one of the bros the other day. And I'm gonna get into that. But let's get to this right quick.
NYPD. All kinds of takedowns all over town. Let's go to Lisa Evers. She's got a tip about this almost before it happened, or even before it happened. Lisa, what's happened?
Did you hear him again? Am I slow or are you slow? Can you hear?
Found up by the NYPD. All kinds of takedowns all over town. Let's go to Lisa Evers. She's got a tip about this almost before it happened, or even before it happened. Lisa, what's happening?
So I've been wondering, who the fuck is this Lisa Evers chick? Since she reported on the Sue Surf shit. It's like she had some information before the information even came out and was on the news with it. Like, that shit is weird to me, man. Let this shit continue on.
Well, Greg and Rosanna, we're here in Harlem at the scene of one of the biggest NYPD gang takedowns ever. It started very early this morning here at the Manhattanville houses and also a couple blocks away at the Grand houses. Let me show you some of the video that we captured here as police were taking out what they are telling us are some of the most dangerous gang members in the city. One of the suspects was from what's called the Stack 3 gang, and as he was led in handcuffs into the police van, he yelled out, "Happy Stack Day," still defiant. Now, residents here in these housing developments have been terrorized by these gangs, have been experienced a number of shootings and other types of crime, including drug dealing and weapons possession, that have been going on here for quite some time. Now, what we're hearing is from the Manhattan DA's office, more than 100 suspects are being indicted today, and this is one of the largest numbers of gangs that they've taken down as part of what's called Operation Crew Cut. This was begun under Commissioner Kelly back in 2010, working with the Manhattan DA. And these gang members were basically, according to authorities, acting as if they had total impunity to do their dirty business and put it out on Facebook and other social media outlets. And they were bragging about it, not realizing that law enforcement was hip to them. They had developed codes that were so sophisticated that the DA's office had to actually come up with almost a textbook of code language to explain to prosecutors and police what they were talking about when they were making threats against rival gang members, and also threatening to do other things in the community that many people here were very, very upset by. So a major bust this early this morning took place here at the Grand houses. We're also hearing from sources that one of the suspects who was picked up might have been connected with the murder of that aspiring female high school basketball player a couple of years ago, the one who had won a Division I scholarship and was on her way to a female basketball star career. So there's a lot to this case, and investigators feeling very satisfied with what happened this morning. They also picked up some other people not necessarily involved with these cases who had outstanding warrants, because what we've learned from being out here this morning is they have hand scanners, portable hand scanners, almost like mini iPads that they can take, scan people as they're doing these raids and picking up other people who are wanted for outstanding violations and other outstanding crimes. So a very busy morning here. More than 400 police officers, very specialized units from the NYPD, the gang unit leading off on it, the OCCB, the Organized Crime Control Bureau, Narcotics Division, and also the Public Housing Police, who are very familiar with.
I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. And not where y'all want to go in the comment section. I'm going somewhere with this. So you shut up. You learn something while I'm educating you.
Of these suspects.
Because I want y'all to understand something. Where we going with this?
And now they're getting $4 billion. We will wage war upon the cartels and stop the fentanyl and deadly drugs from killing 200,000 Americans per year. And I will ask Congress for legislation ensuring that drug dealers and human traffickers, these are terrible, terrible, horrible people who are responsible for death, carnage, and crime all over our country. Every drug dealer during his or her life on average will kill 500 people with the drugs they sell, not to mention the destruction of families. But we're going to be asking everyone who sells drugs, gets caught selling drugs, to receive the death penalty for their heinous acts, because it's the only way. We don't need any more blue ribbon committees. We don't need, I don't like to say this, and I don't even know if the American public is ready for it. And a lot of my people say, please don't say that, sir. That's not nice. They kill 500 people each on average. And if you don't do this, in China, when I was with President Xi, I said, President, do you have a drug problem? No, we don't. He looked at me like I didn't know what I was doing. He said, no, we don't have a drug. How come you don't have a drug problem? He said, quick trial. What is a quick trial? I sort of knew. What is a quick trial? That's where if you get caught dealing drugs, you have an immediate and quick trial. And by the end of the day, you're executed. That's a terrible thing. But they have no drug problem. The only drug problem they have is they make the fentanyl that comes into our country, and I had him stopping it.
Y'all paying attention? Are y'all listening?
So the other day, I was having this convo with one of the bros. And you know, me being an ex-dealer, I was just talking about how, you know, back when we was doing our thing, niggas was going to jail every week. Let's say if it wasn't me personally going to jail every week, at least probably once a month though, or maybe once every few months, or even once every 6 months. Sometimes you had a nice little, you know what I mean? But the homies was going to jail like every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we all would be at the courthouse like every week, you know what I'm saying? And back then, our courthouse used to be packed. Mad niggas from mad different blocks, mad blocks in there. Like, you know, you got these set of niggas over here, another set of niggas over there. We might be posted up right here. Like, you know what I mean? And I was just saying, like, yo, now it's like these little niggas is trapping and showing it all on Instagram, flexing, flossing, doing a whole lot of shit. But the courthouse be empty than a motherfucker, bro. Like, it don't be nobody in the courthouse. Like, ain't nobody going to jail. And usually in my hood, it's like a 30-man indictment at least once a year. You know what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. Shit just ain't been happening. I'm like, yo, bro, this shit seemed very weird to me, man. And not that I want little niggas to go to jail. That's definitely not what I'm saying. It just looks strange that niggas is not going to jail and niggas is doing more self-snitching than anything on the internet right now. We was trying to keep it low. You know, like I'm still funny around cameras and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just getting used to this shit. You know what I mean? We was, man, niggas was trying to keep it low and still getting knocked off. So I'm just trying to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we in a fentanyl era where motherfuckers is ODing every day. It ain't like niggas is just selling coke like we was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas was doing their thing with the dope back then too, but it wasn't like this fentanyl shit. This fentanyl shit different. And it's affecting their community crazy. You know what I'm saying? The pills and all that, niggas putting the fetty in there. You know what I mean? So it's just been real weird. So I'm thinking one of a few things. Because court got slowed up with this COVID shit, maybe they ain't trying to be cramming niggas into the prisons because of this COVID shit. My first thought was really these niggas is working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said it in the joint. They used to give them wires. Now they give them chains and fentanyl. Tell them make every brick, tell them make hella bricks move. Then that kingpin go tell who he's selling bricks to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be a lot of that going on. I know it gotta be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't wearing the wires and going around niggas and the police listening, getting the information. Nah, these niggas is working. Niggas is on salary. They letting these niggas sell drugs. Niggas on federal probation selling bricks out here, supplying everybody. How the fuck is this shit possible, man? It's crazy. Or they letting motherfuckers dig a hole so deep and coming up with another master plan for the war on drugs 2.0, which really is just a war on the black and brown community. You know what I'm saying? White people ain't gonna go through that. They ain't gonna get hit like we gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, like, they do their thing and they the consumers the most. You ain't getting no motherfucking real money if you ain't got no white boys or white women on your line. If you just serving motherfuckers around the hood, they broke ass coming with this funny money. You gonna be in for nigga, please. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him continue on. I think he gonna expound on that too. So I'm gonna let him go.
Are y'all listening? See, this is what y'all gotta understand, right? The war on drugs is in the black community. What I gotta say that again for you to understand what I'm saying to you. The war on drugs started in your community to neutralize you since the early days of the Black Panthers. The war has been in our community. Here's my thing, right? I feel like the Italians feel when you watch the mob movies. They tell you that they don't accept drug selling, drug dealing in the Italian communities. So I feel like black people, black men, need to come together and keep the drugs out of our community. I feel like that we need to put our foot down, right? But when the people that's flooding our community, when the governments, because it's always been the government, the CIA, to flood our communities with these drugs. When they're flooding our communities with these drugs, and then the same people that's flooding our communities with these drugs decide that they're going to kill our children for selling drugs, that's a totally different animal that we playing with here, people. And I'm like, yo, all these black YouTube platforms, all these days I haven't said nothing. How y'all skip that? How you skip past the most important conversation on the internet? I mean, okay, y'all sit up there, y'all jumped on Quilla because I see brothers like me on that. But how you skip past a president waging war to the point to where that now, because we all got friends, I'm going to keep it all the way funky. My brother T-Mac and all my homies from Cortland Ave, Jackson Ave, Melrose that just came home from drug charges. My hellbound niggas, the niggas that you see me with.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Another thing, because I've seen it happen a couple times already here in my state. Somebody done sold somebody some shit that had fentanyl in it, and the person OD'd, and they charged the person that sold it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't get sentenced yet. I've been kind of paying attention to the news for that to see how they gonna try to come down on niggas for that. It's interesting, man, because you got somebody running for president and like on national TV talking about if you get caught selling drugs, the death penalty. Like, you're talking about killing people for selling drugs, executing black and brown people, because y'all not gonna do that to the white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's real interesting, man. Very, very fucking interesting. Something that we definitely got to sit back and watch, pay attention to, cause it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and I hear what Hassan's saying about black people need to do away with selling drugs in our community. I don't really have a dog in that fight. I understand what hustling is. I understand motherfuckers do what they got to do to eat, to survive. I've been there. So, it's not something that I advise or ever. I never gave a young nigga a pack. I sold all my shit myself. You know what I'm saying? But I would never advise somebody to get in the game. But I understand why they would get in the game. I don't respect little niggas that come from suburb areas into the hood and want to hustle and do all this extra shit. You fucking find out these niggas coming from good families and nigga jumped in the game head first and was able to buy a bunch of drugs because he come from money. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't respect them niggas. You know what I mean? So it's a tricky one for me. You know what I mean? It's definitely a tricky one for me. Just want y'all to be alert, be aware of what's being said. Motherfuckers talking about running for president again. Look what he running on. He's talking about executing us. That's crazy. And for the crowd to cheer, some people gasped. If you listen to it, some people was like, but then it was like cheers on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he tried to cover it up. Like, yeah, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. But they don't have a drug problem. Nah, man. Nah. Just pay attention, people. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. That way you get your notifications so you don't get caught slipping.